So I know the yard's a bit overgrown because, like, since the weather has been nice, we definitely got to get the yard mowed again. But, like, that's one of David's jobs. He hasn't done it yet. But, there's the mushrooms slash toadstools, whatever you want to call them. I'm not really sure what the difference is, or if there is a difference. But, they're still just as big, even though it's hard to tell with the lawn, especially the this one over here. Whoa, out of focus, sorry. But when we had that really heavy rain and wind, they're like slumping over. But yeah, they're still hanging out, and like I said, just as big. So there's the toadstool update. I think I kind of like calling them toadstools. But yeah. And everything else, I mean, the grass is overgrown and really needs to be mowed. But other than that, I mean, it's a nice day out. It's nice and chilly. It's only like, I keep saying chilly. I mean, it's 64 because, like, it had been so freaking hot. I'm so not good with heat. But, but yeah, just a little, I don't know, view of our backyard while I'm showing you the mushrooms. Something else to show you. I wanted to show you guys decorated houses so bad, and maybe Damon and I will look again now that it's closer to, because I thought a lot of the places around were starting to decorate, and then they're really not. The two houses that we thought were only have like a couple of sticks in the yard with like little, they're plastic decorations that look like bags, but they don't even light up. So like on our way home from work, I couldn't show you anyway. So people are not decorating like I thought they would be from last year, because last year we had quite a few. But anywho, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. I hope you're having a really great day. Bye. Well, Walmart did it. They've decided Halloween's over and there's no Thanksgiving. Here is what we walked into. Damon and I couldn't find the Halloween decorations at Walmart because we were going to show you guys some of them. And here's what we found instead out here. The one thing I will say, I'm going to walk across their display since there's an open area. My mom used to have a tree like this, but it wasn't pre-lit. And I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's only $39. I don't need one because I have a tree just like this, except it's black. I know you guys didn't expect anything less, right? So I don't need one, but it looks really cool. My mom had one like that. She had that, and she had a little small one that was all silver that I think it was from like the 70s or something. But anywho, I digress. And then over here, there are some creepy nutcrackers. I don't like nutcrackers. Ooh. I know some of you guys do though. So here's another one, and it's next to a really cute little puppy that lights up. I would like that for my yard, actually. Santa puppy. But yeah, I don't want, I'm trying to like think of things to say through the music so that I don't get any kind of strike or anything. So I'm not gonna stay filming in here, but just thought I'd show you guys. I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye. So we were leaving Walmart, and Damon wanted you guys to see the sunset because he said it's a very Halloween-y sunset. And it is, but my camera is not showing it the way, like where the sky, the blue meets the pinkish. That pinkish is orange by the tree line, and it's like almost like a green in the middle. And then he was pointing out how it faded to black, which I mean it does over here. Obviously it's black, but that does look really cool over there, and my camera does not do it justice. And it would have looked really cool over here with that star and or planet up in the sky over there, but anyway, we tried to show you guys a really cool sunset. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Like one cool thing, I know it's fuzzy. Let me roll my window down. Maybe it won't be as bad. It's still pretty fuzzy because I'm close up on it. But that's the moon, so like we're getting closer to a full moon at least, right? That's pretty cool. See if I pan out, it's just Walmart with a full moon, but I was trying to show you guys just the moon. But I mean, that's cool, right? Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Today is Monday, October 18th, 2021, which makes it day 18 of Vlogtober. The month is starting to fly by. Like the first week or so of it, I was like, oh, this is going nice and slow, like a good pace, you know? But now it's like I didn't realize it was already the 18th. Like, I guess it's not like, it's still not like a lot of times it's the 1st of October and then all of a sudden it's Halloween. And I know that by the time Halloween comes, I'm already not going to be prepared this year because everything for me is like behind, like slow. I'm not even blaming, even though it's been like the talk of my life for like the past month. I'm not even blaming like COVID or anything. It's just the whole year has been. And I mean, I guess you could maybe blame COVID, but I really don't think it's even that. It's just me, like, slowing down, getting behind. I just got really lazy this year too. Like, oh, I could do this today, but I'm not going to. And it's been like a while that's like, not for everything in life. I mean, I haven't been like, oh, I could, you know, do the laundry today, but I'm just not going to. Or, oh, I could do, you know, I do that with the dishes because I do try to put that off until somebody else will do it. But that's not, of all the things like to do around the house, that's not my job, compared to, because we all work. So we all do different things. Like, the main thing that I definitely do that others don't is the bathroom cleaning comparatively. And like David usually does the dishes. Damon does them sometimes, but like I'm like the last person that will, because like at work, I do that a lot. Like I wash them a lot. So, or other things, but I should say I used to. I don't do that as much anymore, but I feel like I've done it so much. I hate washing dishes. So like I'll do other things and other chores to like avoid having to do that. Like I'd much rather clean a bathroom than do that. Like I'd much rather do laundry. I'd much rather vacuum. I'd much rather take out trash. I'd much rather do almost anything than dishes. It's like my least favorite thing ever to do. So that and lawn care, like lawn mowing and stuff, I definitely leave that for somebody else too. I'll go out and like trim if I have to. Like when I was married to my ex-husband, I was the only one. And that's why I hate doing the lawn care stuff, is because like he refused to. So I always did the lawn mowing and everything, and I would still go out and do like the we had a lot of like rose bushes and plants and things, because I always, you know, it was like our first house and I was like, I want all these different plants and everything. But we also had a lot of like shrubbery that needed trimming and should have been probably shaped or whatever, like to look a little fancier than I ever did to it. I just made it kind of like I square it off and make it look as good as I could, and that was good enough for me, you know. Like if I was the one coming home from, you know, a 40-50 hour job or whatever, and then coming home and doing that, I wasn't doing anything all fancy with it or like rounding it out, or I just squared it off and that was that. But like I hate doing that now. So we only have one set of like we have like a hedge, and it doesn't really have to be shaped. It's just like a tall bush hedge, and we share it with the neighbors, so they do the other side. And a lot of times when they do their side, they'll just come do our side too. So like whoever does the yard work doesn't have to go do that either. So that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty nice of them. But they're new neighbors too. Like the old neighbors did it. I wonder if they told them that they like to do that, or I don't know. But we definitely don't like to do it. So it works out really well. Anywho, I don't know how I got off onto a what chores like to be done around here tangent, but because I get behind and everything. because of decorating. Yes, now we're on it. And like everyone behind in town is behind in decorating, I think, because I know last year I took you guys around a lot to show you a bunch of different houses, and I was like geeked and everything. I was actually telling Damon that today, because I was telling him we should look for other houses to show everybody, because we thought we found, like early on in the season, we thought we found a couple houses already being decorated, and I was all excited. I know I said something like the first day or two of Vlogtober, I thought I said it. And it turns out the two houses, like one's a couple houses down, and all they did was put up like sticks with like, they must be store-bought, because they're like, it's meant to look like there's plastic bags like luminaries on top of them, but, or like paper bags, I mean, but it's a decoration and they're made of plastic, so it's not a paper bag, it's plastic. And I'm guessing they're supposed to like glow in the dark. It's either that or they're probably supposed to light up, but they're not plugged in. And if they're supposed to glow in the dark, they don't. So like, maybe they're just supposed to be reflective, and that's not working well either. I don't know, but it's just a black stick with an orange plastic thing on top that's meant to look like a luminary, I guess, but they're not. I thought they were starting to do their yard and everything. They're not. They just stuck like 10 of those out in the front yard or whatever, and that's their decorating. So it's not very exciting. And then the other house has got like, I don't even remember what they put out now, because that was like right at the beginning of the month, and Damon had pointed it out when I was driving, so like I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye. But like we drove by later that night and like nothing was lit up, so we thought maybe they were setting it up. But we drove by the other night still, and there was still like nothing set up. Maybe it was just like a tombstone or something. It wasn't exciting enough to go out, and like if I go out during the day, I'm afraid people will be like unless it's something really cool, because then they probably expect, you know, like, oh, they're probably showing it off, or, you know, like looking at it or whatever at least. But if it's just like a couple sticks with something on it, I don't want to be filming their house. Like, I wouldn't, even with just what I call mediocre decorations out front in my house, I wouldn't think anything of it if somebody slowed down to look at my house, because I have Halloween decorations out. But I wouldn't be thrilled if I only had, you know, nothing really out front, or like a couple yard gnomes or something like that. Like, I would be like, what are they slowing down looking at my house for? Like, I wouldn't even think about decorations as a possibility. So anyway, so I currently still have no houses to show you guys. Maybe like the week of Halloween people will get into the spirit, I don't know, but I haven't found, like, I told Damon, I was like, I hate to sound conceited, but like, as far as I can tell right now, we're like the coolest house for decorations in town, and we haven't even done any extra decorating this year yet. So like, nobody's done anything yet, really. I'm kind of sad. There was like that one house I remember that I updated last year like 4 different times during Vlogtober, because like they put out like, I don't know, there was like spider webs or something stretched between the trees and like some ghosts. And then the next time I went by, they had added more stuff, like tombstones that were like bloody and something else, and they just kept adding to it. So I kept showing you guys. It was really cool. They have nothing out either. There's a house like around a couple blocks around from us that like they always at least put up like they have like an archway also that leads down their path to the sidewalk, and they always like hang stuff from it, and they usually have like a lounge chair out front with like a scarecrow dressed up. Like a couple years they even had him, he was like Michael Myers. And like this year with the Halloween movie coming out, I thought for sure it would be. They have nothing. So and they have that in September usually, like, because I'll make comments like, oh, it's right next to the sidewalk, I can't believe people don't like mess with it, or, you know, and nothing. So everybody's behind, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. What are you gonna do? But so
I mailed off, I'm sure you saw the clip already, but I mailed off the winnings for the Stranger Summer Mal. And the recipient got it already. She was supposed to get it today, and she got it Saturday. And I believe she messaged me, and I think she said she waited till Sunday to open it, but she did open it, you know, and messaged me, and she's happy about it and stuff. So that's great. I'm glad she's happy about it, and I'm happy that she's happy. And yeah, so hopefully you guys agreed with me about that yarn being Demogorgon-ish. So I have to say, as far as, like, obviously I have my favorites character-wise. I think we all know that by now. And I'm obviously on the good guy side. But, like, for the bad guys, I really like the Demogorgon. I know he doesn't have any speaking lines. I know he doesn't have any... He's actually not even in the actual movie like that, or show, that much. But I really like him. Like, he's a great movie monster, in my opinion. TV monster. Entertainment monster. So, anywho. But yeah, so that got shipped off. And I definitely want to have it next summer again. I know a couple of you guys said that you're already, like, being inspired for next year, and that's so awesome. And I'll try to, in my video, I will show the stuff that I did this year, and, obviously, like, I'm not going to delete the post in the Facebook group so you guys can see what everybody did this year, still, unless for some reason they take their own pictures down. But I hope not. I hope you guys are super proud of what you did, and I hope you keep it up for everybody to see, because everybody did really cool stuff. You did really cool stuff, man. You did you did cool stuff though. And it looked really awesome. And the winner, actually, Azalea, she did this really cute gnome. Like, everybody likes gnomes these days, right? And she did this gnome that was Scoops Ahoy inspired, and it was like red and blue, and then of course his beard was white. And for her picture, she said a little Steve, I think it was Steve or Steve and Robin sticker on him. I think it was cute. It was really cute. You guys should check it out. But yeah. And then obviously, like, I'm going to keep doing Stranger Things. Like, I mean, clearly I'm not entering my own mal, but I'm going to make pieces for it. So I'm going to be doing some more stuff through the year for, like, some inspiration, so you guys can get some ideas or even do the same thing. Like, I don't care. That's really cool. So enough babbling about that, though. Enough babbling. But anyway, Azalea, I'm super glad that you got your stuff safely and that you liked it, and I hope you enter next year again. And by that time, season 4 should be out. Yay. So there should be some more inspiration. And yeah, I started wearing all my bracelets again, like all my Fozzie bracelets and my Stranger Things bracelets that somebody made for me, because the only bruise that I have left is this one from the hospital. And look, it's like, did I show you guys? It's turning into a heart. That was kind of neat. But I'm pretty sure that's my only one left. So, like, this, where I had my IV, this still hurts. And it was like, what was that, like 2 or 3 weeks ago? It still hurts, man. It's still sore. But the bruise is gone from it. So I put everything back on finally. So, today I slept so long. I stayed up late, though. Like, I didn't mean to, but I stayed up until, like, I think 7 in the morning. I went to bed, and again, I was just, like, I was laying there. Like, normally if I'm reading, like, even on my phone, because I know everybody says, like, the light from the phone keeps you awake and all that. I fall asleep best when I either have the TV on and I'm watching something, and I just, like, let myself kind of drift off to it. Or if I'm on my phone, like, I will admit, if I'm on my phone, like, scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or something like that, that might keep me up. But if I, like, switch over to, like, reading, because I have a couple of ebooks on my phone, and I have a couple sites for, like, fanfic, like Stranger Things fanfic, and I have some of mine and my friends' works on my phone for fanfic. So I have plenty of stuff to read, but if I'm actually just reading a story, it makes me sleepy. Like, it doesn't have to be, or the light from the phone doesn't actually bother me. It's the topic of what I'm doing. And it's always been that way. Like, since I was a kid, I watched TV falling asleep. Well, maybe not. No, since I was a kid. I was gonna say since I was a little kid. I suppose I didn't, but like, yeah, pretty young. I had a TV to fall asleep with. So, it isn't what kept me up, but like, I was reading on my phone and I couldn't fall asleep. And it does me no good. If I'm not going to fall asleep, even if I just have everything turned off and I'm just laying there, even with my fan on, because I love sleeping with a fan on, that nothing helped. I was still awake. So I was up till like 7 in the morning. So I slept in until, I mean, I woke up like 2 or 3 different times during my sleep, but I slept until like 3 or 4 o'clock, which is like amazing considering I'm not sick right now, just the cough still and the irritated throat still. That's like an amazing amount of time for me. So I got plenty of sleep, but then like I woke up, Damon and I went to the store. Like, we pretty much like got our grocery lists together and went to the store since it was so late in the day. And we ended up at 2 stores because there was like nothing on the shelves. Do you ever go to the grocery store and it feels like the stuff that you're getting is what they don't have? Like, I know that it's not that way. I know that there's plenty of stuff that other people want that aren't there also, and there's plenty of stuff that is there. But like, it felt like everything we wanted just wasn't there. So we knew already that we were also going to go to Meijer's, which is fine. I had every intention of filming there with you guys, and then I didn't for some reason. Like, at first the music was kind of loud, and then I can't remember why I didn't film. And like towards the end, actually, I was just like telling Damon, I was like, can we hurry up? Like, I just want to go home. Like, I'm not trying to be, but I just want to go home. This is like the second store we've been to, and even though I slept forever, I'm tired and I want to go. But, yeah, like I wanted to film at Walmart. I wanted to film some Halloween stuff for you guys, and there was like almost nothing. And as you probably saw from the clip at the beginning, we went in search of it, and they've already got Christmas stuff started. Like, I know people complain that they start that before Thanksgiving, but like, I would even overlook the fact that it started before Thanksgiving, considering so many people buy their Christmas stuff like the day after Thanksgiving. Like, okay, maybe you want your decorations before that and all that. That's fine. But like, before Halloween, man, can we just have the Halloween decorations out until Halloween, please? For us spooky folks, please. At least, like, if you're going to bring it out, can we still just have the Halloween stuff out too? At least. But anyway, I digress again. I'm very long-winded tonight. See, usually you guys get me when I'm after work and I'm sleepy and I'm just kind of like, here's my day, all I did was work. Okay, bye. But I don't know. We had an interesting experience when we were leaving the second store. The second store was Meijer's because we went to Walmart first, and we were checking out at Meijer, and there was 2 employees there. And okay, so what we managed to cipher through the entire ordeal was one employee that was not at work came to work because his girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend, was at work, and up by the registers, all we heard was this girl yelling, and she was like, "You will not come to where I work and come stalk me. And we were just like, and me and Damon are looking at each other like, what's going on? And even we were at the self checkout, but even the person that kind of like is watching over it, he was like, and he kind of took off towards, because like suddenly there was like 6 employees over there like with them, because I mean I'm sure they wanted to break it up and see what was going on, and since they knew both of them, they were gonna like, some were talking to him, some were talking to her. There was like one of the managers was pulling her because she was like going off. And during all that, my self-checkout thing, like I hit pay and the whole thing crashed. So we're like waiting for help, and I got Damon going, I have ice cream in my cart that I already paid for. Can they hurry up with your stuff? And I was like, so like the guy finally realizes that we need help. He leaves the thing and he's like, sorry, there's drama. And we're like, yeah, we hear that. And then he had to wait for one of the managers who was in the middle of the drama to come over. And Damon's probably just like, well, he was just like, you know, like, oh, I just want my ice cream. But luckily we only live like 5 minutes away from the store. So, but then they were like, well, it rebooted and there's nothing we can do about it. And they were really sorry about it. Like they weren't jerks or anything, but they were like, you're going to have to ring it all up. Well, at that point we had already taken all of our grocery bags and mixed them in the cart together. So then we had to sort all of them out again. And I had to go ring up everything. It was an ordeal. And it's just because the machine rebooting wasn't because we all got distracted, but like all the waiting and stuff was because everybody was distracted by this big old fight. And like, I don't know who was in the right or in the wrong, or if I don't know, but like this poor guy that was getting yelled at was just standing there like he wasn't fighting back by the time she was yelling, for sure. And when all the employees were talking to him and everything, like one of the managers that had pulled her aside was like yelling at him, and he was still just like, okay, but I wasn't. And he was just standing there like, I felt bad for him. He may have started. I have no idea. I was not there for the beginning of it, but it was crazy. And then, so like that happened then, and David's at work tonight. He wasn't supposed to, but he ended up going in because he was supposed to, I don't know, I guess like monitor his crew and like watch them or whatever. Some of the newer employees or something. And he ended up having to call the police because 2 of his employees got into a fight, but they got into a worse fight, apparently. I was like, what is in the air tonight? Like, what is going on? So he had an interesting night. I had an interesting checkout time at the store. Damon and I did. Fun times in our little corner of Michigan. But yeah, so then we came home and didn't really do much of anything. Damon's ice cream was safe, so yay for him. I did work on, again, please excuse the ends, I didn't bother to sew them in today either, because I only have like 2 more rounds to do. I did rounds 7 and 8 of the postmortem doily that I've been working on. Let me see the best way. And it is, the corner area is definitely straightening out. Like, and when I lay it down, the whole thing's pretty straight. Like I'm trying to kind of lay it in my hands so that it's a little straighter. Because the only thing is when I just hold it like this, it does kind of, I guess it's not terribly bad, honestly, but it kind of waves a little bit. But when it's, yeah, see, it's very straight. Like when it's laid down, I may not have to, like, I know you are supposed to, you know, block them and all, but I may not. It depends on what the last 2 rows end up looking like, I suppose. If it straightens out real good, maybe I just won't. But this was row, what did I say, 7 and 8? So 8 is the little fine, like this chain, and then these single crochets and the little picots here. And then 7 is these clusters in here. And there's clusters, and then there's back post double crochets that are down in the row underneath them. That row, it's not hard, but it's frustrating. So I'm just saying, if you guys get this pattern, pay attention very closely to the row with the clusters of 5 double crochets, which I'm pretty sure is 7. It's wonderfully written, and it has picture examples for like everything. If you're comfortable doing double crochets, back post double crochets, if you're comfortable making doilies, for sure, you should have no problem, doing this. Like, it is wonderfully written, and if you're comfortable reading patterns, you should have no problem, doing it at all. But all I'm saying is just make sure you're paying attention, because like if I had been like, I don't know, dinking around doing something else on top of it, like I was watching YouTube videos, but I had to like, I have 2 screens, I have 2 monitors, and I had YouTube up over here, and then I was just like highlighting each step as I went every single time to make sure that I was getting it right, because I was reading the PDF off my computer. But I really like the way that it's coming out, like a lot. So, and I'll probably make more of these, honestly, since I paid for the pattern, why not? But I think he's really cute. I think it looks really good. I do like it a lot. And I might make it in a thicker, like I had said, like a thin yarn or a thicker thread or something. I don't know, we'll see. Because I don't have a whole lot of thread. I gave away a lot of my thread when I was doing a little bit of cleaning out of stuff, because I was like, I'm not gonna, I went through like a weird period where I bought up a ton of thread for some reason. Like, I'm never gonna make this many doilies in my entire life. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did it. I got tons from thrift stores. I got some new ones from like Walmart or wherever, or, the craft stores. I got rid of a bunch of them anyway. But I did have white and black, and I, excuse me, I do have some other colors, but yeah. So, this alone looks pretty, I think. So even if you just got to here, but there are only 2 more rows, and believe me, if I do it justice in the pictures, they look really pretty. So I haven't read ahead to see if they're like hard or anything, but if they're anything like this pattern so far, they'll be pretty easy. And yeah, so hopefully it turns out and I'll have a finished doily to show you in a couple of days, or I would say tomorrow, but tomorrow David is off, and like sometimes on his days off, I can't get much of anything done. You know what I mean? Like, does your significant other sometimes just like, you could be like not even doing anything together, but as soon as you go to pick up your hook or your needles, if you're knitting, that's when they decide to come chat, and you can't count, you can't concentrate, and I know I'm going to need to concentrate on that, so. Like, sometimes I have projects of stuff, like, just to, if me and David are doing something, that's what I'll do. So, like, because, like, okay, if he decides to, or if I want to work on it on his day off or whatever, then I'll make, like, on his day off, maybe that's when I get a lot of granny squares made, or, you know what I mean, just because, like, he could come in anytime and decide to start chatting with me. But that's okay. I love him. What else? Oh, well, actually, I have it in my hand, so I'm gonna, you may have noticed in the clips, there was no jokes today, because I thought I would just tell them to you today, in my joke book. This thing has gotten so much use. It was such a good purchase. But, and I actually picked them out instead of just like a random, so I hope that you guys like them because I think they're cute. How did the blob cross the road? In a goo cart. Why did the blob cross the road? To goo to the other side. No? I thought they were funny. I got a third one. So why is a cemetery a great place to write a story? Because there's so many plots in it. I thought they were cute. I hope you guys like the jokes. I know I get a lot of comments and stuff. I don't know if it's the jokes or if it's just the victim's reactions. So I hope you guys like me telling them to you sometimes too. But I forgot to tell you while I was at Meijer, I did pick up something to show you. In the clip at the beginning when I was showing you what all Mrs. Azalea got, I told you that I would probably end up buying more. Meijer happened to have 2 more of these Burnett Symphonies in the colorway Pomegranate Punch that I consider to be Demogorgon-ish. So I picked both of them up. So, I mean, maybe they'll end up in next year's giveaway, or maybe I will do something with them. But like I couldn't not, because they're unless like Meijer is going to carry them for the year, or unless they've decided to put them out for the year. Like when this came out last year, they were only for the winter and then they stopped. I didn't find them anywhere else, or any other time of the year, I mean, because I think I got them at Joann's last year. I'm pretty sure that's where they are this year too. And then suddenly they were at Meijer too. So when we saw him, Damon was like, you better get them, because I was telling him that I gave them away and that I was happy I gave them away, but that I wanted to find more. He's like, you better just get them. So I did. So I just figured I'd show you. I did find 2 more of them. So if I find another couple, I may pick up a couple more. We'll see. I do like them. I like them a lot. So, and like I said, if I don't use them by next summer, they may end up as prizes again, because they scream Demogorgon to me. Like, to me, they're perfect for a prize. And I mean, obviously I added other things. It's not just going to be that, but anyway. And then, what's up? So tomorrow it is David's day off. We're gonna, hopefully, if we get our act together, go watch the new Halloween movie at the theater. So that should be fun. I am a Jason girl. He's my favorite, but I do love Michael also, and Freddie. And I think, I forgot, I don't think I answered the question before, but I think it was Joyce that asked me if I also like Chucky, and I do like Chucky. The Chucky movies aren't what I was raised on. Like, my mom was a big fan of Jason and Freddie. She wasn't even the biggest fan of Michael Myers. That was something that I like discovered on my own. But I didn't discover Chucky until much later in my teenage years. So I like Chucky. I would watch Chucky, but it's not like one of the first things I reach for. But I do like Chucky, yeah. So he's not one of, like, when I'm talking to you guys about all my like horror movie fellas and stuff, he's not one of the ones that first come to mind. Like besides those guys, like I think about like Critters and Ghoulies, and even like the Leprechaun. My mom liked the Leprechaun a lot. Have any of you guys seen the Leprechaun, by the way? Like any of them? They're ridiculous, but they're meant to be scary, I guess. But or at least a spoof of scary. Like they're not meant to be funny as in comedy, I don't think, but they're not. Do you guys find them scary? I guess is what I'm asking. Like, I don't think they're scary. I think they're funny, but I think they're meant to be scary. But they have to know that it's funny. Like, the creator had to know that, right? Right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Kind of the same with Chucky. Like, I know that it's meant to be a horror movie, but at the same time, like, at least Chucky's a doll and he's possessed right? Do I have that right? Yeah, Chucky's possessed. And that's a scary thing, you know? So, like, I get the horror of that. But, like, the leprechaun? I'm sorry if somebody is actually scared of the leprechaun. I sympathize because I know that it is meant to be scary. I have a twisted reality of horror movies, and don't forget, I do like to be scared. Like, I like it. So as far as like horror movies, like obviously if somebody like broke in and I was terrified, that I wouldn't be getting joy out of that, obviously. But like as far as like my movies and stuff, I liked jump scares, and I like to be like, I like the rush feeling of being scared, and then the giddy feeling of like where I can laugh at myself for being scared, you know, like when I realize that everything's fine. But but I find the leprechaun funny. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, if you watch, like, I would still consider the leprechaun an older horror movie. Like, he's not like super old, right? He kind of is. Like, if I watched him when I was a kid, he must be kind of old. They're like, at least the earlier ones. I think they put a leprechaun out somewhat recently. I think. Either that, or I guess maybe my friends were just talking about it, but I think there's been one somewhat recently. I mean, I guess that shouldn't be surprising. There was like a pretty recent Friday the 13th, and obviously there's still Halloween movies coming out, and they had a remake of the Friday the 13th. That one wasn't like a couple years ago type of recent, but I mean, it was still pretty recent. So I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised if there was a fairly recent leprechaun. But and wasn't there was a newer Chucky too. So I don't think I saw that, actually. I wanted to. I should see that. Speaking of Chucky. But anyway, if you watch any of the older horror franchises, like, what are your guys' favorites? Just out of curiosity. Like, as far as like the slasher guys, and I would call them slasher guys, like definitely Michael and Jason and all them. And I don't know. I would say even like Critters and Ghoulies would be slasher guys, even though they're little guys, little monsters, because like all of those movies were kind of like, as far as 80s, they were like the blood and gore killing, right? So yeah, what were your guys' favorites? I also really loved The Warlock. Did you guys ever see that movie? Oh, I watched it you know how like kids can get obsessed with movies and watch them like all the time? I watched that movie all the time, like Warlock and Warlock 2. For all like, normal kids watch like Land Before Time. Heather watched Warlock and Warlock 2: The Armageddon. See, I told you I had like a twisted movie reality, but anyway, I have really babbled on today. It was like, once you get me talking about horror movies though, or like, usually it's Stranger Things, but like, well, I guess those two are kind of related too, but, and I've just been like, I'm awake and I love talking to you guys, and I don't know. And like literally I had like one doily to show off that I finished 2 rows on. Sorry. And 2 rolls of two balls of yarn. Sorry guys. All right. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to actually go, and I will let you know. I'll let you know how the movie goes tomorrow, and I will talk to you later. I hope you have a really great Monday, and this is going to be an awesome week, right? It's going to be an awesome week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.